My name's Scruffy, and I hope you enjoy this segment of the podcast.
All right, I'm going to show you a game. Now, this is not fair to to Bill, Enigma, and Scruff because they already know what the thing is. But I just want to tell me if I'm playing Genshin or a different game whenever you see this. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
What do you? And by the way, this footage is from IGN. What game is this? You tell me.
Yeah.
What?
And
what game?
This isn't from Hoyo,
It's
right?
Genshin.
No, this is not from Hoyoverse.
It's Tower. It's the Tower game.
Nope.
Tower of Fantasy?
Tower
Nope.
Fantasy.
Nah, this is a new one. It's Wuthering
No,
Waves.
Wuthering Waves. So this is Wuthering Waves.
Wuthering Waves.
From Kuro, oh my God, Kuro Games. And if I'm not mistaken, I think Kuro Games did make Tower of Fantasy. Let me double check that as well. I believe they did.
So they were like, oh, I guess Tower of Fantasy didn't work.
No,
let's just,
they did not.
Totally copy.
Okay,
No.
I'm gonna make sure they did not. All right.
Make sure they didn't.
Gotcha.
No, they did not.
But this is Genshin, man.
So
100p.
So question.
Yeah.
Before we even get into this, you know how we were giving Genshin shit being a ripoff of a bunch of other things?
Of Breath of Wild and all
Is
that.
there a stink on the internet that's calling this game out? Like, is the Genshin fan base rabid for it? Like against it?
Oh yeah. Yeah,
or are they playing it?
The gacha scene is insane of how fucking like we thought fanboys for consoles were bad. Dude, the gacha scene is
I was just
crazy.
curious if the gacha players like for Genshin were going to be loyal to Genshin and stick with it and like call this out for what it is, or if they were just going to be like, you know what, 2 Genshins, why not play them both?
Yeah, but the crazy thing is that when you go and you look at like and I don't know if IGN, because I didn't stream it. I have been playing this because I've been actually playing a couple different gacha games. But they all of them. I played Solo Leveling Arise, which actually Solo Leveling Arise I like. Solo Leveling Arise is actually really cool.
It's actually pretty good. Yeah.
It's got a. I don't like the story, but honestly, that's because I don't follow the anime. But from what I've heard from Enigma, the anime is actually really good. But
you don't like any story
really
though.
No, it's true. But
Solo Leveling is extremely good.
It's a really good anime.
But the gameplay essentially takes Grand Blue Fantasy Relink and basically just puts it into a gacha game. And that's what it is. Like, they have so many of those. I'm not just saying like they're all copies. They all have like there's a lot of animes that have direct games with them. Yeah, no, absolutely.
So I'm sure you'd probably like a bunch of other ones too. Yeah. I'm surprised you got into it and you like them so much. So.
I like gacha. They peaked the whale in me, so it's fine. Like they know what they're doing. But so I also played Wuthering Waves. But when I tell you right now that like these games, like even to the menus, dude, they all I don't know how they don't get sued. I don't know how Hoyo. I guess maybe Hoyoverse is just kind of like we're making too much money. It doesn't fucking matter. Like just look at this. Like it. I mean, outside of a few like minor changes, they all look the fucking same. Like it's crazy.
Like you could show me like gameplay from each of them and I probably wouldn't be able to tell them apart anymore.
Yeah,
like it's crazy, man.
This also has
definitely looks washed down. It looks not as vibrant than Genshin.
No, I mean this is like you're in a more like
more post-apocalyptic.
Well,
it almost looks like a 2B kind of world.
It's definitely a more like toned down world versus a
near world.
Genshin was pretty and vibrant and gorgeous and all that, and
that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
this is more kind of like not that. The one
that was the same way that that previous one, not from the same people, but the Tower of Fantasy or whatever. It was really washed out too, wasn't it? It was like really really.
There's a lot of problems.
And then they did a whole different twist with the fantasy. They went more like futuristic type deal.
I wish they Tower of Fantasy actually would have been good because I like the all MMO aspect and whatever it was going there.
Their MMO aspect was too buggy.
I want to showcase one of the things about this that actually does set this kind of apart from Genshin, which I really kind of do like. So obviously they took this, this has got elements from Pokemon as well, but like you can capture these animals or these creatures and PAL World. You can capture them and then they have abilities that you can use while on the battlefield. So like,
is that like your main character's like special ability?
Well, so is that stone person right there?
Yeah,
is that what's going on?
So you saw like the stone, then sometimes you'll see where like a dragon will pop up, or you can capture like this big like monkey that carries around like a big tree. There's dragons, like there's a whole bunch of different kind of like kind of capturables that are there. It is a gacha game. Like I want to be very clear. Like this is 100% like you spend money, you get pulls, you get characters. Like that's, or you're gonna get weapons. It is.
Do you get like by characters? Do you mean like the actual characters, or can you pull like the Pokemon or whatever the pets as well?
I've only watched people do pulls. I've not done a pull yet myself. I literally loaded up, ran around for a little bit. Got a good feel of what the game was, and then kind of backed out. So I haven't had a chance to really jump into like the whole pulling system, but I think that the pulls are just actually world based. Like you actually capture those. It's just characters that are things that you can pull, and weapons obviously. But I don't know. I mean, so the big question is whether or not this can survive next to Genshin, and whether these two can be in the same universe.
Is this out, or is it like a
beta?
Or,
no, it's out. It launched
Gotcha.
this week. It launched yesterday. So I want to say yes. Like I think Genshin. What this may sound real for all. And I'm gonna piss off the Genshin community. All right, so Genshin feels more like Nintendo, where this feels more Sony, if that makes sense. Like, do you guys get what I'm kind of saying? Like Nintendo feel like it feel like Genshin feels more. I don't want to. I'm really afraid to say kitty, but it just feels more like Zelda, where this feels like Stellar Blade, Nier Automata, like a little bit more kind of.
Is that mostly just because of the like the
aesthetic,
the overarching aesthetic, and like the world base, or
the aesthetic? I think the gameplay.
Genshin's story is also very not kiddie, so.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I'm just so why Genshin hits that for me is because again, when I turn on and I do like the world, the art style, the whatever, like it all, even though again both some similar, right, like art styles and things like.
I'm gonna be real with you. I don't see the difference in the art style.
I know, yeah. Like other than like being a bit more washed out.
I honestly, I see it. I see what he's talking about.
I see a difference in the world.
Yeah,
like the world, the enemies, the way that the like even like the attacks and stuff like that you see, like there's a lot more like particle effects and things like that are like more.
So I feel like
magical.
Tower Fantasy set itself apart more from Genshin than this game does. Do you think that's why it died, or
no?
Do you think
Genshin, Tower Fantasy had
Tower Fantasy died because
it was just shit,
an unimaginable amount of problems.
Yeah. On top of just having the payment like the pay to win aspect, and like what that was, the gacha aspect of that was like the lowest.
True gacha. It
was just almost a straight paywall. Like it wasn't even a gacha.
Yeah.
It was like you can't progress.
So this game's more comparable to like Genshin then.
Yes. Yeah, this is more comparable to your typical Hoyo verse. Yeah. I mean, you can play the game completely free. You earn in-game the in-game currency looks the fucking same. Like it's very close. Like to all of that. Like I don't think they've shown it in here. Maybe they have, where you'll get I think they even I think it's called Astro, which I'm pretty sure is the same currency. That's like, it's not the same currency, but it's very close. Like all of that shit is all the same close to Genshin. It's just, this doesn't play. There's something about the play style, the graphics, the animations.
Do you have to switch between characters like you do in Genshin? Mm-hmm. When it comes down to like certain enemies require this specific type of character or whatnot.
Yep.
I hate that, dude. I hate that. Why do these fucking games do that? I fucking cannot stand it.
It's a gacha thing.
Yeah,
they need that.
It's really not though. Like there are gacha games that out there that don't do that. I wish they like. I don't even mind buying the different characters, but don't make me like swap in the middle of combat. Like I hate that. That's what I hated the most about Genshin, was having to juggle between like 3 different characters.
Yeah.
I'm just I'm really shocked that, you know, Sin's gone back to 3 different games now. Tarkov, you know, now Genshin, you know, and
you mean Grey
Overwatch.
Zone Warfare, right?
What did I say?
Everything about both of these so much. So much.
I'll be real though, in all honesty, I don't see much of a difference personally. I'm
not saying that this is like groundbreakingly different than Genshin.
No,
I mean, I'm just saying
maybe
that
it's because I haven't played it, but just the look of the combat and gameplay looks very similar, down to like the alts and everything being all flashy.
I mean, it's a gacha game. It is an Easter. It's an anime based gacha game. Like it's gonna have all that.
For sure. I can't see the difference too much between Genshin and this. I think it's another
mini games though.
Just another rip.
I will say, like, there are some mini games and puzzles that are in here that I like more than what I like in Genshin. You know, again, I'm not someone that put a massive amount of time into Genshin, but I put enough in it to know, like, this is not like I probably put, you know, 8 to 10 hours into it.
Genshin's mini games and world stuff.
No, absolutely not.
10 hours?
No, it's not shit. No. But
I think my buddy Solid is on his 4th year with Genshin, playing it daily.
Non-stop. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's. If I had to pick one to play, I would rather play this one. I mean, I'd rather play Solo Leveling Arise than I would rather play any of them, because the Solo Leveling Arise is actually very, very different. You know, but this one for an open world, and this also does have MMO. Like there's the MMO, right? Like you're able to play with other people. You can invite them into your, just like Genshin, you invite them into your world, all that kind of stuff.
But it's not MMO, like open world. See people.
No, you don't see people running around. You're in your own instanced version of
I do like this. I do like this. This little, like, I don't know what to call it.
The rope thing.
Yeah, it looks very similar to the
Monster
Hunter Rise string. Yeah.
I mean, again, there's things about it that I set it enough apart where I'm like, I would rather play this than to play Genshin. This is a game that was like, hey, we're not going to reinvent. We're gonna kind of copy the exact wheel.
We're just gonna copy the wheel.
We're gonna change the spoke a little bit. We're
reinvent it.
You know,
we're just gonna copy the wheel and spray paint it.
I would say it's free. Here's
gotta be yellow paint though.
Here's the downfall. If you do not like Epic, then there's no way to play it on PC other than through the Epic Store. You can play it on your phone.
Instantly gets a thumb down
and tablets and stuff like that. So. But yeah, so that is Wuthering Waves. Like I said, I played that. About
he played that.
2 days.
He played that.
Sin 2024. I played that.
I played that. that's gonna be on a shirt somewhere.
That needs to be a shirt right there. 2024 Sin. I played that.
Thanks all for tuning in to the Patch Notes. And if you enjoyed and want to see more, you can catch us live every Thursday night at 10:30 p.m. Eastern, or catch us after the fact at anchor.fm/prepatch podcast. See you next time.